Today marks 1 year since Russia began its invasion of Ukraine, kicking off a volatile year for energy markets and for fertilizer as well. Russia is a key global producer and exporter of oil, saw heavy sanctions, and its key European buyers pulled back and reassessed their energy mix. It's been a little bit unexpected this in the year that has followed, because obviously there have been a lot of sanctions on Russia, and yet Russia's economy has not suffered as much as some analysts had estimated. But if you look at the ripple effect through the global markets, of course, Jared, that's something we've been watching. You can watch it through a lot of commodity markets. You can watch it through energy. You can watch it through grains. You can watch it through fertilizer. As we know, Ukraine, as we really discovered, I don't think most of us knew before this war began, how big a grain producer Ukraine was.
Breadbasket of Europe. And let's go to the Wi-Fi Interactive. Fertilizer is a huge agricultural component that was in the forefront when the conflict broke out a year ago. And you can see we got some winners and we got some losers here. And the losers tend to be down more than the winners. Here's one seed. That's Origin Agritech. And that's a year-to-date look. Let me just pull up a 3-year to give a little bit of context. You can see there was a spike 2 years ago. Seed, was that GameStop? Was that, I don't know. But nevertheless, big decline there. Over the last year, relatively holding its ground, trading sideways. Here's Scott's Miracle-Gro, maybe more levered to home improvement, but we can see this is just breaking out of a long-term trend line here. But you go back a year ago, prices were definitely higher. So
yeah, I suspect if you look at something more traditional, like a CF, for example, maybe, or Intrepid Potash, there you would see it a little more clearly. These are the large fertilizer makers. Nitrogen, right, is their main output. So that's
and one more look here at the futures market. Just stick with me on the Wi-Fi Interactive. We're going to take a 1-year look. We're talking about some of those moves that we saw in energy. More red than green here overall. We're not going to expect to see long-lasting effects in the orange juice market, for instance. But let me find crude oil, because a year ago there was a buildup. There was a spike in crude oil prices, I believe up to about $130. They've subsided since then. A lot of that coincided with China. You know, China was a huge story, which is now reopening. So lots of things in flux here, but energy markets were definitely front and center a year ago.
Yeah, most definitely.